We're here at Clash in Paris, where we kick things off with a bang. It's Roman Reigns versus Big Bronson Reed. Reed has Reigns locked up in a chokehold, which Reigns gets out of by whipping him to the ropes and taking him down with a power slam. Reigns is now laying off some strikes in the corners of the Auszilla. In the deep ends of this match, Reigns is calling for a Superman punch, in which he connects. He also calls for a spear, in which he connects as well. Is Roman Reigns going to beat Bronson Reed just like that? 1, 2, no. Paul Heyman drags the referee out of the ring, and he's not only distracting him from counting the pinfall, he's also distracting him so that an unpredictable badass can strike. Braun Breaker spears the referee in half. Breaker then gets on the apron, while Jey Uso arrives to take Paul Heyman out with a super kick. Uso then takes Braun off the apron to take him out with a super kick as well. Uso is now hyping up his amazing Paris crowd with his signature yeet punches. The crowd are on their feet as Reigns is calling. Reed on his feet for another spear, but Reigns gets his shoes touched by Seth Rollins, and Reigns gets distracted. Rollins drags him to the outside of the ring to take him out with a stomp on the floor. Rollins sends him back in the ring so that Bronson can end things in this match, but before that happens, Seth's biggest rival arrives. CM Punk is here, and he takes Rollins down all the way to the Shield corner, where Rollins hops over to get away. But behind Punk comes the Megastar with a blood force trauma. We're getting a little preview of what's to come in that Fatal 4 match later on tonight. In the ring, Bronson Reed is attempting a tsunami that Roman moves out of the way. Uso has a super kick Reed, but he moves and Uso accidentally hits Reigns. Reed takes it to his advantage as he takes Uso out with his set-out axe driver and then goes up to the top turnbuckle to deliver not one, but 2 devastating tsunamis as the referee is back on his feet to slowly count to 3. Reed defeats Reigns and takes another pair of his shoes, but as Reed is celebrating, he gets turned around and spiked into the mat by a blood force trauma from LA Knight. LA Knight stands tall to open Clash in Paris. Will he be able to win the World Championship later tonight? You'll just have to wait and see. Next up is the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch. Nikki sends Becky to the corner, which Lynch gets her with a cheap shot. Lynch then wisely rolls to the outside of the ring and is getting cocky. Nikki doesn't play with cockiness, so she dives to the outside to get her hands on Lynch. Nikki uses her surroundings to her advantage as it sends Becky into the steel steps, smashes her face on the barricade and onto the apron. Nikki sends Lynch into the ring where she would connect a sit-out facebuster. Nikki is now calling Becky onto her feet. She's looking to end things quickly. I think she's looking for a rack attack 2.0 that Lynch counters with 3 elbows to Bella. Becky then hoists Nikki up for the manhandle slam. 1, 2, no! Nikki is still alive. Lynch picks her up for another manhandle slam that Nikki counters with a boot to Becky's ribs and connects the move she hasn't done in years due to the back injury she had from it. Nikki connects the original rack attack to become new Women's Intercontinental Champion. No, Lynch is still alive. Nikki immediately connects the rack attack 2.0 to keep the pressure onto Lynch. One, 2, no! Lynch just keeps kicking out. Nikki has Becky seated on the top turnbuckle for a move that Lynch had scouted. Lynch connects a middle turnbuckle moonsault, in which she will then grab Nikki's arm to lock up to disarm her. Nikki's not giving up. She is not tapping out. So Becky lets go. And speaking of Nikki Bella not giving up, Becky puts 100% disrespect of a "you can't see me" taunt with an attitude adjustment combination to retain her women's Intercontinental Championship. Unlike this match, the next match has nothing to do with championship gold. It's just two men that want to beat each other so bad. I'm talking about Rusev versus Sheamus in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. In the deep waters of this match, Sheamus slides a ladder into the ring, but when he enters, he gets met by a Mosca kick and then an Alabama slam onto that same exact ladder. Rusev is now bringing down the Celtic Warrior with forearms to the back of his head. Rusev then locks up the Accolade, wanting Sheamus to submit. Sheamus does it. He fights out of it. He then bounces off the ropes to connect the bro kick right to the nose where Rusev is bleeding. 1, 2, no, the Bulgarian Brute is still alive. Sheamus knows he needs to go to the next level to defeat Rusev, so he grabs a ladder and puts it in the ring, as well as a table. Sheamus does a white noise from the top of a ladder through the table. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus defeats Rusev. Next up is the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the challengers, the Street Profits and the champions, the Wyatt Six. This match kicks off with the Street Profits pulling off some tag team maneuvers onto Dexter Lumis. While the Street Profits are taunting, Dexter sprints to tag Joe Gacy in. Gacy has a single leg dropkick to the dome of Angelo Dawkins. Montez Ford wants to tag in, but he gets taken down to the floor by Gacy. The Wyatt Six are now in control of this match, doing some tag team maneuvers to Angelo Dawkins, while keeping Montez Ford out of the occasion. But the Wyatts get too comfortable and they're taunting, which gives Dawkins a chance to crawl and tag in Montez Ford. Dexter runs into an enziguri from Ford. Ford then takes Gacy down with a dropkick to the outside of the ring. Lumis has Ford up for a power slam that Ford gets out of with a chop block to Dexter's knees. Ford then takes flight to Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan on the outside of the ring. Montez Ford is fired up, but that's not all the action, because on the other side of the ring, Beef Fat and Nikki Cross are brawling. This brawl even goes over the barricade and into the crowd, taking them out of the occasion in this match. Ford gets into the ring just to get taken out by a handspring lariat from Gacy, which Ford accidentally takes the referee out with an enziguri. Gacy gets sent across the ring by Angelo Dawkins. Lumis launches a splash to Montez Ford, but he will then run into a silencer by Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins had Lumis beat, but the referee was out. The ref begins to get back onto his feet just for him to get dragged out of the ring yet again, this time by Eric Rowan, and sent to the announcer's table. Dawkins lets go of the cover and gets met by Uncle Howdy with a Sister Abigail. Rowan sends the referee back into the ring so they can slowly but surely count the 1, 2, 3. Ford accidentally took out the referee out when getting hit by the handspring lariat, and it caused him and Dawkins a match. The Wyatt Six retain their tag team championships. Next up is the co-main event of Fatal 4 for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between challengers CM Punk, main event Jey Uso, the Megastar LA Knight, and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins. Every competitor in this match looks strong, as they all have some offense in this match, like LA Knight stomping his opponents in the corners, CM Punk hitting his signature knees in the corner and signature neck breakers into the ring mat. Jey Uso laying down some strikes to Punk in the corner, superkick to the back of the head of Rollins, and his signature E-punches on the Megastar LA Knight, getting the crowd behind his back. And like Seth Rollins hitting the Revolution knee onto LA Knight, the buckle bomb on Punk, and a super kick onto Jey Uso. In the closing moments of this match, CM Punk takes Rollins out of his GTS. Uso launches a spear into CM Punk, and Knight turns it around and spikes him with a BFT. Will Knight win his first WWE World Heavyweight Championship? No, Uso just barely kicks out. Knight is furious, so he's clearing off the announcer's table, but there's one man that's even more furious than him, and that is the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker with that rib-breaking spear to LA Knight. Bronson Reed climbs the top turnbuckle and connects a tsunami to CM Punk so that Rollins could cover him to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. No! Punk kicks out. Punk then rolls to the outside of the ring so he can catch a breather, leaving the ring to Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. Well, at least for now. Roman is here again. His shoes got stolen by Reed earlier in the night, and he wants them back. Reed rolls out of the ring and gets taken out by a spear. Reigns gets into the ring and is now face to face with Seth Rollins. He sprints at him, but Rollins moves and Reigns hits the referee with a spear, while Rollins hits him with a stomp and sends him to the outside of the ring. Rollins turns around and gets met by a spear from Jey Uso. Jey goes to the top turnbuckle looking to regain the World Heavyweight Championship. But there's no referee. Roman accidentally took out the referee just like Jey did earlier in the night. Jey lets go and finds the referee on the outside of the ring. But that's not what everyone is focused on anymore, because the hooded man comes through the crowd and onto the apron. He scrapes Uso's face on the ropes and gets him hit with a curb stomp, courtesy of Seth freaking Rollins. The ref begins to get up onto his feet so he can count the pinfall, as the hooded man is revealed to be as the fifth member to the division and Tony D'Angelo. Seth Rollins retains his World Heavyweight Championship. But don't go anywhere, because it's main event time. It's the Maverick, the so-called outsider, the so-called parasite, Logan Paul, versus a man that is wrestling his final match in Paris, the greatest of all time, John Cena. These two men have been hitting blows on the mic on each other for the past couple weeks, and they show that same aggression they had in this promo in this match, as they are now physically hitting blows onto each other. I guarantee you both these men will be bruised up by the end of this match. Logan Paul had the advantage in this fight because of his boxing background, but Cena doesn't give up and keeps striking back. Cena and Paul start a hockey fight that Paul gets the better of him. Paul hits him with a combo to get him into the corner and begins to hit rapid punches to his ribs. Logan goes for a chop that Cena counters as they start yet another hockey fight. But the difference is that this time around, Cena wins the hockey fight and connects an attitude adjustment. 1, 2. No! Logan is still alive, so Cena begins to wear him down by bouncing his head off the top turnbuckle, but Paul countered after the fourth time his head got hit on the turnbuckle and gave Cena his receipt Logan then goes on to the apron and connects the buckshot lariat, but not on Cena because Cena moves and Paul unintentionally hits the referee. Charles Robinson has been having a bad day tonight. Cena takes advantage of a distracted Logan Paul and hits him with his signature shoulder tackles and back body drop. Cena is ready for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but he stops because he spots someone walking down through the crowd, and that person is none other than the Scottish warrior, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre jumps to the barricade and gets hit with an RKO from out of nowhere. No! Drew had it scouted and took Orton out with the brass knuckles. McIntyre came prepared as he is now clearing off the announcer's table. Orton is getting back onto his feet just to get put right back down via a Claymore kick. McIntyre gets onto the apron and into the ring to go face to face with John Cena, maybe teasing a future match. Drew was not teasing a future match. He was distracting him that Paul can hit the low blow on Cena. McIntyre then drags Cena and puts him on the announcer's table so that Logan Paul can create a viral moment. Logan Paul smashes Cena through the table and both men are down. Cody Rhodes is back, and he is back for revenge towards McIntyre. McIntyre grabs a chair from under the ring because he knows Cody is here for violence. Because Cody sprints down with a sledgehammer in his hands, and he hits McIntyre in the ribs with it. He then calls him up so that he can hit a hammer right straight into his face. Cody immediately throws a hammer on the down McIntyre and is rallying the crowd behind his back so he can connect a picture-perfect crossroads onto the steel chair McIntyre brought into the mix. Cody sends McIntyre to the outside of the ring and goes to the other side of the ring where Randy Orton is still down. Cody goes and helps Randy back onto his feet, proving to McIntyre that he and Randy Orton are still friends. But that's not what matters for now because Logan Paul is back up on his feet. He picks up Cena and sends him back into the ring. Logan wants to connect a frog splash in the ring on the top turnbuckle, but he gets cocky and begins taunting, which gives Cena the chance to get up and strike Logan Paul so he can hit the Avalanche Attitude Adjustment. Cody realizes there's no ref to count the pinfall, so he goes around and helps Charles Robinson back onto his feet and puts him in the ring. Charles gets back up onto his feet so he can count the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Cena beats Logan Paul in his final WWE appearance in France. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes join in the celebration as Orton sees Cena has become a better man. Orton and Rhodes exit the ring so that they won't take the spotlight away from Cena because Cena is getting a standing ovation from the Paris crowd. Brock Lesnar is back. He enters the ring and takes Cena out with a F5 just like he did at SummerSlam and exits the ring to a chorus of boos from the Paris crowd.